Did you know that freedom in America wasn't a given? It wasn't something that was simply handed down from one generation to the next without struggle or sacrifice. It wasn't a gift bestowed upon the land. Instead, it was a vision that had to be realized through immense effort and determination. It was fought for, hard-won, and fiercely defended across generations. The Revolutionary War was just the beginning of this arduous journey. This fight wasn't always pretty. The aftermath of battles left scars on the land and on the people who lived through them. It was often brutal and heartbreaking. Families mourned their lost ones and the devastation was widespread. But understanding this struggle is vital to understanding America itself. The discussions and debates among the colonists were crucial in shaping the nation's future. From the very beginning, the idea of America was intertwined with freedom. The Founding Fathers drafted documents that would lay the foundation for a new nation. It was a beacon of hope, a land of opportunity where individuals could forge their own destinies. Immigrants arrived with dreams of a better life. But the reality was far more complex. The early settlers faced numerous challenges and conflicts that tested their resolve. The early colonies grappled with questions of self-governance and wrestled with the legacy of slavery. These debates were intense and often divisive. Freedom's promise shone brightly for some, while others remained in chains. The struggle for true equality and freedom continues to be a defining aspect of America's history. The fight for American freedom wasn't just about independence from a king. It was a struggle that transcended the mere act of breaking away from British rule. It was a battle for a new kind of society, one where the principles of liberty and justice could flourish. It was about something much bigger. It was about the birth of a nation built on ideals that would inspire countless others around the world. It was about the pursuit of an idea, a radical notion that all men are created equal and endowed with certain unalienable rights. This was a revolutionary concept at the time, challenging the established norms and hierarchies of society. This idea, enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, would become the bedrock of the American experiment. It laid the foundation for a nation that would continually strive to live up to these lofty ideals. But the path to fulfilling this promise was paved with challenges. The journey was fraught with obstacles and setbacks, testing the resilience and determination of the American people. The fight for freedom wasn't a single battle, but rather a series of struggles. Each conflict and each victory added a new chapter to the American story, shaping the nation's identity. Each generation faced its own unique trials, from the fight for independence to the Civil War, where brother fought against brother in a brutal conflict that would determine the future of the nation. From the women's suffrage movement, which fought tirelessly for the right to vote, to the civil rights movement, which sought to end racial segregation and discrimination, the promise of America has always been a work in progress. The story of America's fight for freedom is filled with both triumph and tragedy. From the earliest days of the American Revolution, brave souls have stepped forward to challenge oppression and seek justice. It's the story of ordinary people who stood up for what they believed in, who faced immense challenges and yet remained steadfast in their pursuit of liberty, who dared to dream of a better future, envisioning a land where everyone could enjoy the same rights and opportunities. Think of Harriet Tubman, guiding enslaved people to freedom on the Underground Railroad, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times, risking her own life to help others. Her bravery and determination continue to inspire generations. Remember the countless individuals, both black and white, who marched for civil rights in the face of brutal opposition. They faced violence, hatred, and even death. Their courage reminds us that freedom is not free. It is a hard-won prize that demands sacrifice and resilience. It requires constant vigilance, a willingness to stand up and speak out against injustice. Today, as we face new challenges, we must remember the lessons of the past and continue the fight for a just and equitable society. Perhaps the most pivotal moment in America's fight for freedom was the Civil War. This bloody conflict tested the very soul of the nation, pitting brother against brother in a battle over slavery and the meaning of freedom itself. The Union victory ultimately preserved the nation and paved the way for the abolition of slavery. The fight for freedom continues to this day. Each generation is tasked with upholding the ideals of liberty and equality, of ensuring that the promise of America rings true for all.